Hi everyone, it's Monica, and welcome back to TaylorMade Cards for You. Well, I'm here today to share with you my design team packet that I got from European Papercrafts. And I am on this design team, and I've shared some of the cards with you before. And European Papercrafts have these awesome products that enable you to make 3D cards. But they have much more than that. So I wanted to go ahead and share with you the design team packet that I got for my spring cards. Now, in my packet, I get a lot of things that are really great for 3D cards. But like I said, there's much, much more. And make sure that you stick around because I am going to go ahead and put together a card for you using some of these products. Now, these products are great to create 3D cards as well as Shabby Chick designs. They are somewhat vintage inspired, and that's what really attracted me to European Papercrafts. But really, I just love the layers and the 3D effect that you can get with some of these products. Now, that little watering can that you just saw, that's what I'm going to use to create my card. And these are pop-ups that you can use to create 3D layers using some foam tape. In my kit, I got these great glittery butterflies along with these little sentiments that say Happy Easter. I also got some sampling of some of the cardstock, and I'm going to be using some of this to create my 3D card in just a minute here. Now, I also got this 5.5 by 5.5 card set, and you see how this overlay goes over it? It's just beautiful, and I'm definitely going to be creating a video using that product because I just think it's gorgeous. Now, these are the 3D pop-ups that I was talking about, and these by far are my favorite because I love creating the 3D effect. What I love about European Papercrafts is they give you numbers on your 3D pop-outs so you know exactly how to layer your images. This little Easter set is so cute, and I'm definitely going to be creating some Easter cards using these pop-ups. And then finally, inside of my design team packet, I got this beautiful set of magical unicorns, and these are not only images, but it's some beautiful cardstock as well. And I already have an idea for a project on this, and hopefully that will be coming out in about a week or so. So let's go ahead and put a card together using some of the product that I got in my design team kit. Now, I decided to create a 5.5 by 5.5 card because I wanted to make sure I had enough room to display not only my pop-up images, but this beautiful lace ribbon that I created as well. I'm sure a lot of us have lace ribbon hanging around, and this was a really easy ribbon for me to put together that will go great with this card. So I started out by cutting some of this paper down to size using my guillotine trimmer. And typically when I'm creating a card, I like to leave 1/4 of an inch on my layers. So my card is 5.5 by 5.5. So my first layer is going to be 5 by 5, and then my second layer, I wanted to use more than 1/4 of an inch, so I made it 1/2 inch. So my second layer was actually a 5 by 5. And then I took my 2 pieces of paper and I layered them together using my adhesive. Now, for my adhesive, I am using my ATG gun, and you've seen me use this for a lot of my cards in the past. You just want to make sure that you have a really good strong adhesive, especially when you're layering, because your card is going to have some weight. So you just want to make sure that your layers won't come up with the weight of some of your layers. Now, the paper set that I'm using for my card is the Simply Creative 6x6 Papers Folk Song. And there's some wonderful coordinating paper within this set, and I was able to find 2 pieces of paper that really look nice together. And then I took this pre-cut scallop oval die to layer on top of my 5 by 5 cardstock. Now, I wanted to have some dimension on this, so I did use some adhesive on the back of this. And as you see, all of the other items that I'm going to be adding to this are going to be dimensional as well, because I really wanted this to pop. European Papercrafts is like a one-stop shop because not only can you get your paper, you can get your 3D pop-outs, you can get some die cuts, but you can also get your foam tape as well. So when you are shopping and you want to create some of your 3D cards, make sure that you take a good look at the shop because, like I said, it's kind of a one-stop shop for these 3D cards, and you're really going to be able to get everything that you need to create your cards. Okay, so before I actually start adding my 3D layers, I wanted to go ahead and adhere my panel onto the base of my card. Now, when you are creating your 3D cards, a lot of times it's easier if you adhere your panel to your cardstock before you start adding all of your layers. Because remember, when you start adding your layers, it's going to be really hard to get a flat surface on the back of your cardstock to be able to add your adhesive. So that's just something you're going to want to be aware of. Now in my kit, I had several choices for my pop-ups, but I decided to go ahead and work with this watering can that had the roses sticking out. It is just so lovely, and it creates a really pretty spring card, and I thought it was a perfect dimension for that oval scallop die. Now on every layer after this, I am adding foam tape, and that's because, like I said, I really wanted to create a 3D effect. So I started out with the foam tape on that oval scallop die, and then for my first layer for my watering can, I am adding some more adhesive with the foam, and that will make sure that when I add each layer, you're going to be able to see dimension. Now this particular set only has 3 layers, so it didn't really come with numbers. But you can easily identify where your layers go because it's an exact image of part of your first layer. So when you start out, like I said, with the watering can, you're going to have the full image. And then as you start to add your layers, you're just getting partial pieces of that image, and that's what creates your layering effect. So on my second image, you can see it's a little bit bigger than my first image. And then on my third image, which is the one over to the left, you only have 2 pieces of the rose rather than the 3, and that will fit perfectly over that second layer. Now remember, when you are creating these layered cards, there is a lot of bulk, so you have to be aware of this if you are going to try to mail these cards. For one thing, like I said, you're going to get a little bit of weight, so your postage will cost you a little bit more, and then you're going to get that bulk. So the post office isn't real keen on bulky cards, and they like to charge you more. So just be aware of that. A lot of times these 3D cards are perfect for hand delivery. So if you're going to have an Easter occasion or an occasion where you're going to meet somebody maybe for brunch this spring, these cards are perfect for a friend, a family member, anything where you're going to have the ability to hand deliver it is best for some of these 3D cards. Now, not to say you're not able to put these in the mail, because you can, but it's going to cost you a little bit more to mail, and you just want to make sure that you have really nice packaging so all of your 3D elements don't get squished. Now for that bow that I created with my lace, I did use my glue gun to adhere it. And as you may have seen, some of that glue did seep through the sides, but I was okay with that because I knew I was going to come in with these resin flowers. And I decided to add 3 of these resin flowers right in the middle, not only because it's really pretty, but again, I'm going for some really nice 3D elements. And anytime you're creating a bow, especially a big bow, putting something in the middle or on the side is just really a nice touch. And for these 3D resin flowers, your best option is always going to be a hot glue gun because that will give you some nice strong adhesive. So after I had my bow in place as well as my resin flowers, I went ahead and trimmed down that beautiful lace bow that I had added to the card. And at this point, my card pretty much was complete. So I'll leave a list of all the products that I've used to create the card along with the links to the store. Now remember, if you use my code Monica, you will get a discount over at European Papercrafts. So make sure that you do check out the links below. And if you do decide to get some of this beautiful product, make sure that you use my code because we all like a discount. All right, everybody, thanks so much for stopping by, and we'll see you again next time.